It's not that kind of story. Well, actually, it kind of is. And for lacrosse, we had our locker room in like the gym locker room, and it was pretty much like the track team and the lacrosse team shared the locker room. But because the lacrosse team, like, we had fucking $300 worth of equipment, um, there's like a cage with lockers in it, and we would just like put all of our stuff in the cage overnight, and we would lock the cage so that like, nobody could get in. So my best friend growing up, his name's Nick.
Poor Nick.
He didn't play lacrosse because he enjoyed the sport or for fun or anything like that. His goal, like, you know how most people keep track of like how many times you scored or like, fucking interceptions or whatever? He kept track of how many people he put in the hospital.
That's nice of him.
And there's other guy that we played football with, and we've known him since we were like kids. His name's Jimmy, and Jimmy is like a 6'7" black guy, and he's like full muscle, and we played football with him and stuff. So my friend Nick, who is like 5'8", by the way, but he's also like 180 pounds of muscle. He challenges him to a cage fight in the locker room. And what they did was they got lacrosse helmets and lacrosse gloves. And lacrosse gloves are like really padded, like boxing gloves, but they're kind of like different.
Yeah, I've seen them before.
And lock them in the cage, and they fucking fight each other. And my friend Nick, he's actually putting in the work, right? But he goes to punch him, and Jimmy goes to block it, and Jimmy accidentally opens a locker, and when Nick is punching him, he scrapes his elbow on the locker. And at this point, there is all over the floor. And he's like, oh my god. So we stop the fight. Nick stops the bleeding, goes and cleans all the blood off the floor. And, meanwhile, we're all at practice. Everyone's like, where the fuck is Nick? But, like, nobody's telling the coaches. And he had to go to the hospital, get stitches in his elbow, and he had to quit the lacrosse team so they wouldn't find out how he got it. But I guess I should tell a story of him putting someone in the hospital while I'm at it.
Yeah, do it.
How many times did he put someone in the hospital?
I don't know about hospital. There was one definite time where the kid definitely went to the hospital.
Only one?
So, my friend, Nick, he's a, what we call a defensive midfielder. So, defensive midfielders, they like, when we're playing defense, the midfielders sub out, and then, like, when they're going on offense, they sub in different ones. And he trucks the shit out of this guy. And then, like, takes the ball from him and starts running down the field. Because, you're a defensive midi. Like, if you have the ball, you're not going to sub out. So he goes down. He's running, and he goes to shoot. And the guy that he had hit goes to hit him back. And Nick, he, like, lowers his shoulder into the guy's face as he's shooting. And the guy drops his stick. And he scored, by the way. He drops his stick. He's not like laying on the ground. He's like on his knees, and his hands are over his head. And he's like, I can't see! I can't see! And Nick, you know what a cross-check is?
Yeah.
He fucking cross-checks him in the face while he's kneeling on the ground. And he's like, stay down, pussy. And so, like, he didn't get a penalty for making the kid blind. He got a penalty for the cross-check. Um, and we didn't realize that this guy's dad was the one on our sidelines recording the game. So we're like all sitting like on the benches, and I'm sitting next to him because I'm his friend. I got front row seats, and I'm like, Nick, you could have ruined this guy's life. He might be blind forever. And he's like, shouldn't have tried to hit me. And so the dad is now on the sideline, and he's like, "You fucked my son! You fucking blinded him!" And he runs into our bleachers, and he's like trying to fight my friend. And yeah, turns out the guy, he was blind for like a week.
Jesus Christ.
Only a week.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. That's what they're saying.